What's up, mama? What's up, mama? We got in trouble today, so that's why they're sitting like that. What's your problem? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. No! Get your ass from over there. What's up, boy? What's up, boy? I saw my dog. Tell him to chill out. My dog said he was burnt out on dogs. And as a dog person, you never think that a fellow dog person, and I ain't talking about no regular dog person who just likes dogs from a distance, but like a real dog person, that's one of those things that it ain't true. You know he ain't done. You know what I'm saying? He just motherfucker just tired, bro, just tired. But Amelia, what's happening? He just having a time right now. But I do. The dogs won't burn you out. Fine. What's happening? Soma, chill out. Hey, 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 hey. No, the dogs won't burn you out, but the people will though. So I did it. And the cure for that, though, if I was to give advice to him, which I'm not, he's grown, he do what he wants. My cure for that though is, as a breeder, you gotta breed dogs just for you, just for yourself. Hey, Bubba, no, you gotta breed dogs just for yourself, not for the public when you feel like that. Breed dogs to get the dog you want, and then treat them like collector's items, like a not like no baseball card or no shit like that, but something that's super rare that rare a person outside of your your life gets to enjoy it. Treat them like a old muscle car. You know what I'm saying? Where you ain't just letting anybody put their hands on it. You ain't just gonna sell it to just anybody. You ain't gonna give it away to nobody. You do that, you enjoy them a whole lot more. People who buy like super expensive coffees, like that's a thing. That's a thing people do. They do people like coffee people. They buy that shit and they make it for themselves. They enjoy it at home. They don't have a party and say, "I'm gonna try my new coffee," because everybody wouldn't appreciate it. Everybody wouldn't understand what had to happen in order for that coffee to get into your hands. And you just got to look at it like that sometimes. Like, just do it for you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you just do it for you, one thing that'll happen if you just do it for you and you take the dogs into consideration. I ain't talking about just breeding just any old two dogs. I'm talking about, really doing your due diligence. But if you just do it for you, for people out there, not talking to my dog, I'm talking to everybody. If you just do it for you, you're gonna have less breedings. You ain't gonna have, 3, 4, 5 breedings a year. You don't need that. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of shit, it give you time to enjoy the dog. It give you time to really see the dog. Give you time to really raise, bond with the dog. You know what I mean? You know, and then you can kind of build up enough of a community of people who are fans of the dog. That's really all it takes to sell dogs. Really is, people have to be a fan of either the person or the breed. When people, if I was to say, what's the best dog in the world right now? If I was to do a poll, the pit bull would probably win. Is it the best dog? Probably not overall. You know what I'm saying? But what's gonna push that is the pit bull's fan base. What so in order to sell puppies, if you're gonna breed puppies, then that breed either has to already have a fan base or the person has to have a fan base that they're buying from. Say like let's say Kendrick Lamar. Right now he came out and he said Kendrick Lamar line Dobermans. He has a litter of puppies. I bet that puppy sells out day one. I'm not saying that shit'll last long. I'm not saying that it'll, you know what I'm saying. But you guarantee Kylie Jenner could post a litter of puppies, and them motherfuckers gonna sell no matter what kind of puppies they are. They gonna sell. You know what I mean? And you gotta kind of have that mind state. Do you or the breed have a big enough following that you can sell these puppies? If I was to sell puppies to a person who's into sporting, all you got to do is add some herder to it and point the ears up, and you have a good chance of selling those dogs. If I was to sell puppies to um, bully people, exotic bully people, you know what you have to do to sell those dogs. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna have a, they already have a fan base already. And then you just got to do a little bit of work, but they're gonna sell. Rottweilers, they're gonna sell because people like Rottweilers. Not be, when you're breeding dogs for a specific purpose, not everybody wants that in a dog, right? The dog could be the greatest dog of all time. It can be a great dog, but if you say I'm just breeding it for this one particular thing or these particular things, and every dog has those stories, but some dogs, the fan base outgrows that story. People don't know what Rottweilers are bred for. You don't know what they're bred. You don't know why they're here today. You know what they tell you. You know what you heard. You know what I mean? But you don't see them doing that every single time people are producing them, and you don't see the people who are producing them testing to see if they can still do that or if they do that. But you'll still go buy a Rottweiler, you'll still go buy a German Shepherd, you'll still go buy a Doberman because you are part of the fan base. And that's how dogs get sold. That's how dogs get popular. That's how breeders breed. That's how they get popular. What up, kiddo? Yeah, but you can come out here. What's up? Huh? Yeah. No, no, no. It's fine. What's up? Watch what? Yeah. In your room, though. All right. But yeah. But yeah, I mean that's really that's what it takes to get to to be small level successful. I mean, if the breed is popular enough and you have proof that the dogs can do what you say they can do, then you will go further. I'm not saying that it's just the popularity of the breed, but you have a very little chance of selling those puppies for your intended purpose if the fan base is not big enough. And once the fan base gets too big, then like I said, it becomes like the Rottweiler. Nobody knows what those dogs were bred to do. All you know is what they told you, what they tell you. When you hear stories about, you know, these dogs used to be the emperor's dogs in China, or these dogs used to hunt lions in Africa, or these dogs used to. That shit is a sales tactic. All that shit is a sales tactic. You don't got one picture with a fucking Shih Tzu with an emperor in China when those dogs were created. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying there ain't one, but you know what I mean. It's not enough for them to be sold the way that they're sold in America under that idea. You know, there was probably more people who were not emperors that had those dogs than emperors with those dogs. But and I'm not talking about the shit. I'm talking. I mean, you hear? I don't even remember what dogs it was that people said that was the case. But that shit is just a sales tactic. If you didn't get your puppy from an emperor in China who bred the mom and the dad, then those puppies were not bred to guard the emperor. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep those kind of things in mind. If you don't fall for that kind of stuff, you have less trouble in the dog world, being somebody in the dog world as a trainer, as a breeder, as a handler, as a decoy. If you understand that, the dogs will tell you what's what, and not these stories, not the myths and all that stuff. You come out, stand in front of the dog will tell you what's what. Not the people, the dogs. My big boy, my big boy. My dogs hit one of the neighbors who they ain't familiar with, and that's how they act when they do that. Yeah, girl, man. What up, Bubba? What Gerald? What up? Moon's gonna go investigate. Come on, Moon. Stop starting shit. You know it ain't no threat. Come on, get over here. Moon, let's go. Moon, stop trying to start shit. Trying to get the puppies riled up. What you trying to do, really? And most of the time it's cool, but it's muddy out here. I don't got time for you trying to get them riled up. Because what that does is it teaches them how to act in this, you know. She went over there and she stood in the way trying to call them over there, even though she didn't say nothing. But the way she was standing was trying to call them over there, and then she was probably huffing, puffing, all that kind of shit. And they play. But what happens is the puppies learn to go closer to the fence and growl and huff and puff and posture from the display that she is giving. I'm okay with her giving them the display she's giving them now because it's back here. And I'm okay with her even going to the fence because it's the kind of dog she is what she does. But I don't want her to do that right now. Go. come. Come on. Summer, no. What up, Kai? Yeah, go ahead. It's on the top of the refrigerator. Come on. Summer, come. Son came outside. The dogs go crazy when he come out. Yo, new, what's happening? You just missed my little rant, bro. You just missed me. Go, go. So the dogs go crazy when my son come outside. I was walking Soma the other day, and it's like a public trail, and this trail is like bikers and bicyclists. I mean, but it's also a bunch of just people walking, a bunch of dogs. There's all kinds of shit on this trail. It's packed all the time, all day long, and I was just walking him for like socialization. And I got to the end of part of like it's like one like a crosswalk, and these kids. Hey. So Soma. No, hey, Soma is hey. My dogs love my kids. My dogs love my kids. But come on, get over here. Stranger, no. But I got to the intersection on this trail, and there was a bunch of kids over there, and I'm stopping. I'm waiting to go across the street, and before I knew it, 3 or 4 kids are on their knees. I wasn't even paying attention to them. I was trying to watch the cars. They're on their knees in front of Soma. I'm like, fuck. And he just laid down, rolled over, basically, let him pet him. You know what I mean? I mean, that was I had never really, hey, Moon, what you got? Out. I had never really let him play or be around strange kids. I mean, just because it ain't no reason. It never been a reason to. You know what I mean? But he was that day, and I mean, these kids are probably like my son's age. They were probably like 12, and and he fucking loved it. He loved it. I was like, good job, Summer. That's what's up. Good job. So I'm gonna go do some more shit like that with him. Just have him around people he don't mind being around. He don't really love being around adults. He's manageable. Like you can have him around him, he'll leave him alone. They could even be back here, he'd leave him alone. But the second I got to play with him, it'll be over. But we're gonna go play with some kids though. He's gonna go play with some kids. Y'all know what I mean. Pretty boy. Pretty boy. Got no. Soma tore his paw pad days ago, so I haven't really worked him, and he's ready. He's ready to work. They're ready to do some shit. That's why they acting the way they are. It's been super hot here too, so they haven't been able to do shit. And it's cool now. It's probably like 80 degrees now. It's cool. Hey, get away from there. Get out of there. Drop it out. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Get my stuff on, man. On your business. No, we got time for y'all. Big old boy. Big boy. Big boy. Shut up. What am I saying? I'm gonna fuck you up, nigga. You gonna learn. I ain't gonna do nothing about it. And let it happen to you. I know, you don't know who you're playing with, no. Major, no! Major's going to do some bike work tomorrow. But I might be take Hubble to swim. Maybe take Summer and Hubble to swim. Major, no! But I gotta get them some exercise. Major and Hubble had a super long walk this morning. Summer did too. I don't know why they tripping. But that's all they really had this whole week. They ain't had shit this week. Go, no, no. Bubba, go. But they have been inside the house, AC and all that. Go, go. And them getting me dirty. Go. I mean, I'm already dirty. But I'm gonna be more dirty. No, Summer, go. Oh boy. That's what he'll do. He'll just sit right here in front of me. If I don't say nothing, if I'm just on my phone, he'll sit right here for an hour. Just like that. He might lay down. But he'll just sit there and watch. Go, no, move. All right, YouTube. I'm gonna get with y'all next time.